Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this video by giving all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of great millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the hopeful elect who are pushing for the word, where the people here forbear, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, and the wait upon Yahushai to come and deliver them from this wicked kingdom. Alright, so don't mind me, looking around. I'm waiting for the brother to show up. I'm waiting for the brother to come pick me up, but the spirit's on me. I've been wanting to do this lesson, so Lord willing, this will be edifying. And again, this lesson is pertaining to giving alms, charity, basically. The Lord loves a cheerful giver. And again, sometimes the Lord will set you up so you can help the next brother. Okay, because at the end of the day, we're not seeking for our own wealth. We're seeking for our brethren's wealth, and that's what it means. That's what it means to love. Again, love, agape, charity. That's what it means. Okay, to put yourself in your neighbor's shoes, your brother, especially those of the house of faith. Okay, so again, let's get into it. And again, Tobit is a perfect example of charity, of love towards his nation, towards his people. All right, so let's get into it. Lord willing, again, this lesson will be edifying. All right, so it says here in Tobit 1 and 3, Tobit, I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the ways of the truth and justice. So he was walking after righteousness. He was walking according to the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's how you know that he was a righteous man, okay? Because he was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's not in the spirit of an Edomite. It's not in the spirit of these other nations to walk after the ways of truth and justice. Okay, they don't know the ways of truth and justice. So how can they walk therein? Okay, it says here, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren and my nation, whom came with me to Nineveh and to the land of the Assyrians. So again, he's saying, I gave a lot, man. That's a part of his testimony. The testimony of Tobit is that he was a cheerful giver. Okay, he wasn't holding back. When the Lord increased him and put him in a situation to be able to help his fellow brethren, he did it, man. He did not hesitate to help his neighbors. Okay, and that's the mindset that we're supposed to have towards one another, man. That's how it says. That's how we know that we are the disciples of Hamashiach, by the love that we show each other. Okay, how can you say that you love the Lord whom you never seen and hate your brother? Okay. So again, the works that you do, the fact that you go out, and if you're a man of the Lord, the way that you go out on the highways and byways, you give your time to this ministry. Okay, you give your time to the brothers. Okay, the iron sharpeneth iron. You make yourself available for the brothers. You make not only financially, but your time, your resources. You're willing to your knowledge. You're willing to pour out into the brothers or into the sisters, so that they can grow into the truth. Okay, so that they may aspire to obtain salvation as well. Okay, because we're all working for that penny. Okay, and like I said, iron sharpeneth iron. But how can you do it without, because at the end of the day, I want my fellow brother, my fellow sisters, my fellow workers in this ministry to succeed. It's not like in the world. The world doesn't show love. The world shows fake love. Okay, it's only lust. Okay, how can you help me? But us, in the reverse, when you're walking after Yahushua, you deny yourself. And when you put Yahushua first and the ministry second, and the brotherhood second, the mission is above yourself. Okay. So it says here, and in the times of Anna Masar, I gave many alms to my brethren, and I gave my bread to the hungry. Okay, and my clothes to the naked. If I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the late walls of Nineveh, I buried him. He saw a dead Israelite laying on the street. He took the time out of the day to go and dig a hole for that Israelite and bury him, to give him at least the honor of getting buried, man. And again, the spirit of that Israelite is not in his body anymore, but Tobit, because of the love that he had for his nation, because of the charity, because of the fear of the Lord, he did what was right, man. He took the time of his day. First off, you have to dig that hole, man. You have to dig that hole, man. It's not nothing, man, to dig a 6-foot hole. Okay, And he did it many a times, man. It says whenever he saw someone, one of his Israelite fellows, his fellow Israelites dead, he took the time out of his day to go and bury that Israelite, man. Okay, and that's love. Okay, not a lot of people nowadays wouldn't be willing to do such a thing, man. Okay, that's a true example of brotherly love, man. What Tobit did to his fellow people, man. He's a great example of a faithful servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He's a great example of charity and love towards his nation. Okay, just as what, just as Cornelius. Okay, because it says here in Act 10:1, and there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the a centurion of the band called the Italian band. It says here, a devout man, one that feared the Most High with all his house. So again, when I said that, just as Tobit, it was in him to walk in the path of righteousness. It was in him to walk in the ways of truth and justice. That's not in any other nation to do that. It's only the Israelites that they're gonna walk a certain way. Okay, because these other nations don't know the path of righteousness. They don't know the path of justice and truth. Okay, they have erred from these things. Okay, matter of fact, it's not even in their spirit. Even if they did know, okay, it says what, they cast the words behind them. Even if they did know the ways of righteousness, they're not going to obey it because it's not in their spirit. Okay, they cannot go to bed unless they cause one to fall. Okay, these other nations, under the vibration of Isa Edom, they only do wickedness, man. They don't know good. Okay, and even when they do good, they do it unwillingly. It's not in their spirit to do good. But again, this Cornelius, that's how you know that he was an Israelite. He was a devout man, and he feared the Lord, man. Okay, it's not in these other nations to fear the Lord. And it says here, which gave much alms to the people. Which people? The Israelites. Okay, he gave much to the Israelites, his people, and he prayed to the Most High always. Okay, and he saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of the Most High coming in to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. Like I said before, the alms that you do, it's a testimony. Okay, again, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your deeds that you do, your deeds of love that you do towards the ministry, towards the brothers, towards the sisters that believe in the Lord, man. Okay, so again, his prayers and his alms were heard of the Lord, man, and it's a testimony unto us, man. When you give cheerfully out of your own pockets, or when you give your time, because again, no one paid. No one paid Tobit to go bury the dead. No one told Tobit to go bury the dead. He did it out of his own will, out of his own kindness, out of his own. He wanted to do such a thing. Okay, because it vexed him. It sorrowed him to see a fellow Israelite dead in the streets, man. So he took the time out of his day to go and bury that Israelite man or woman. Okay. But again, the Lord sees your work, man. He sees the action that you do towards his people, man. Okay, so it says here, and again it says, thy prayer and thine alms are come up for a memorial before the Most High. So again, giving, it's a part of your testimony. The fact that you're willing to give back to the people, to not only financially, but your time, your willingness to be there for the brothers, your willingness to be there for the brothers, you know. It's like can't. So I guess the brother is here, man. So I'm gonna have to do a part 2 to this video, Lord willing. Can't. Shalom. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna do a part 2. I don't want to make the brother wait too long. Shalom, Makiam. Shalom, Makiam. Lord willing, this was edifying. And you sisters out there that are listening. Okay. Shalom.